Hey you guys, it's me Bossy. Welcome back to my channel. First I want to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys for clicking that subscribe button and checking my videos out and really enjoying my videos. And hey to all my loyal, faithful loves out there. Y'all have been riding with me for a long time now and I really do appreciate it. So this is going to be a story time that has nothing to do with Bob. His name might come up in it maybe once. I don't know. But I just have to get, you know, through the whole story. But he might not even be in this story. But this is going to be how I met the love of my life, T Fresh. Some of you guys know him from my vlog channel. And he's done a couple videos with me on my beauty channel. Like, you know, tag videos and things like that. But that is my babe, my love, my soon-to-be husband one day. I'm just waiting for that ring. But yeah, you guys, let's get into this story. So you guys, Terrence and I have been together for going on 6 years in August. So yeah, we've been together for a long while. And basically how this started, I was of course free from Bob. I was free from the guy D I told you about that was in my he was married video, or you know, he was married, what, I forgot whatever the title was, but in that video I was done talking to him and you know, I just was free and I wasn't thotting or nothing like that, but you know, I just was single and ready to mingle and just, you know, just have fun being by myself, but still, you know, just getting out there, just dating and just talking, because I had been in a relationship for so long, you know. I mean, I just was out having fun. And mind you guys, when I met Terrence, I had been single for going on 2 years, almost 2 years. I had just turned 24 and I was having fun. And me and my best friend E and also my friend Dominique, we would go out every Saturday night. Yeah, I had a babysitter. So the two clubs that I used to go to a lot were America's Pub, that is no longer a club here in Kansas City, and then Dallas. One night, me and my girls, we decided to go to America's Pub, and I remember what I had on. It was kind of not even ratchet, but now that I think about it, like, I wouldn't probably wear that now. But I had like an asymmetrical vibe going on with some big like kind of plastic yellow earrings. I didn't wear makeup then, so hopefully my eyebrows was done. I can't even remember, but if they were done, I'm sure they was real skinny. I had on this black bodycon dress. That was before the rose was real severe. And I had on these yellow pumps. And I thought I was hot, y'all. I thought I was so hot. So anyway, we were in America's Pub. And me and my girls, we had a designated spot in America's Pub. So if any of you are from here, when you go into America's Pub, and you go down those stairs, when you walk in and then you go down the stairs once you in to get like into the dance floor, we were always over to the left in the corner all the time, doing our stanky leg or doing our dances or whatever, or twerking on somebody or whatever we was doing. So this particular night, you know, we grooving, you know, having our drinks or whatever. And I can't drink too many drinks because a little alcohol can take me very far. So we've been at the club already going on maybe close to 2 hours. And we dancing, we in our own groove. Next thing you know, I get a tap on my shoulder. Now mind y'all, in the club, dudes was always trying to dance on me and I would always look to see what they look like. And if they wasn't cute, I wasn't dancing with you. Yes, I was one of them chicks. If you wasn't cute, I wasn't dancing with you. I would, you know, groove away real quick. A dude taps me or whatever and I'm buzzed at this point. I'm not drunk, but I'm kind of buzzed a little bit, or maybe was I drunk, I don't know. So I turn around and it's this tall dark dude behind me and he's like, what's up? And I'm looking like, oh, this nigga. So I'm like, hey, what's up? And he was like, hey, what's your name? And I was like, Tamika. Now the reason I told him my name is Tamika. Anytime we went out, I can't remember if they had fake names, but I had a fake name. One, because my name was difficult for people to act like they understood. And then two, I didn't want these dudes out here knowing my real name like that, especially if I wasn't really trying to talk to you at all. Like, I am Tamika. It's dark in the club, so I really can't see what he's looking like. And I was a little woozy. So anyway, he asked me to dance with him. And I kind of was looking, I turned back and looked over, and I looked at my best friend, Ebony, and Dominique. And they was like, yeah, girl, go ahead, dance with him, he's cute. Mind you, they more drunk than I am. So I really didn't want to believe them, because some of the dudes that they thought was cute, personally, I did not think were cute. So anyway, I'm like, okay, mind you, yes, I had heels on, but I'm 4'11" even. 4'11" even. And with heels on, I might be 5, well, it depends on how high the heels are, but I might be anywhere from 5 foot to maybe 5'1", maybe 5'1", if depending on how high the heel is. This ninja was 6 feet tall, and so I barely could, you know the dances you do when you at the club, especially back in my day. I'm not super old, but you did the bend over, and you twerking on them and all of this and that. So I'm doing that or whatever. And so in the midst of us dancing, mind you, I'm still not checking for this dude. I'm not worried about this dude. We dancing, and he's like, so how old are you? And I'm thinking, 27. I'm saying I'm 27 because even though I didn't see his face that good in the dark, I thought he was like a real young dude. I just thought he was a real tall young dude, like hell, 21 maybe. So I'm like 27, and he was like, oh, what, for real? I'm 27 too. And I was like, damn, why did I say that? I really thought this dude was way younger than me. That's why I just gave up an older age. I'm like, I'm 27. He's like, oh, for real, I'm 27 too. I'm like, okay. So anyway, he was like, so you got a man? And I was like, no, I ain't got no man. I ain't looking for no man right now. I'm good. And he was like, you got any kids? And I was like, yup, 3. I made it known, like, yeah, I got 3 kids. 3 kids. Normally dudes are scared of that. I was like, but I got 3. We dancing, whatever, and then he asked for my number, and I was just like, I just gave him my number. Mind you, my name is still Tamika, so I'm like, if he called asking for Tamika, which a lot of dudes I gave my number to, they asked for Tamika. I talked to him once, and that's it. Like, if the conversation is especially whack and you not interested at all to me, I'm really not gonna talk to you, and I'm definitely not gonna eventually tell you my real name. So anyway, I gave him my number, and we danced a couple more times or whatever, but then after that I was trying to get away from him. Honestly, I was. And then it was time for us to go. So we walking out of the club or whatever, and we head into the car, and our feet are burning. Like, whoo, I had them heels on forever. I'm tiptoeing to the car because my feet is on swole. But so we get to the car, no lie, y'all, as soon as we get into the car, my phone rang, and it's a number that I don't know. So I'm like, hello? He was like, yeah, Tamika. And I'm like, mind you, at this point, I don't know dude's voice like that. I'm thinking it could have been anybody else that I had given my number to in the past. So he's like, Tamika, what you about to get into? And I'm like, who is this? He was like, Terrence. And I'm like, I'm about to go home and get into my bed. That's what I'm about to get into. He was like, for real? Now, I guess my babe thought that I was one of them chicks that he was going to be able to have a one-night stand with. But, no. We didn't get down like that. So I'm like, nah, I'm about to go home. I was like, you can call me tomorrow and we can chat, or I'm sure I said something like that, but I'm like, yeah, you can call me tomorrow and we can chat, but I'm about to go home and go to sleep. That's what I'm about to do. So the fact that you calling me right after the club, nah, bruh. I wasn't about to come home with you, or you wasn't about to come to my place. We talked the next day, and he wanted to come and see me. So I'm like, all right, cool. You can come and see me. I was a little hesitant, but I was like, shoot, I can't really remember what he looked like. And my friends act like he was just really something special. So I'm like, okay, I'll let him come over. But we stayed outside the entire time. And y'all, now that I'm older, I thought about it. You should not give no dude, especially if you ain't really met him like that and just seen him, especially from the club. You don't get no dude your address, letting him know where you live. You don't know if he's crazy. You don't know if he's a killer, a rapist. You don't know what he is. And I have kids, so it didn't click like it should have. We had made plans for him to just come so we could just talk and chill or whatever. And mind y'all, like I said, I hadn't been with Bob in almost 2 years, but within that time of me not being with Bob, my little brother moved in with me. So I don't even know why that dude moved in with me. Maybe, I don't know why he moved in with me. But anyway, my little brother moved in with me. So he was there when this was going down. So I made sure my brother was home before I told him he could come over. But I think I did tell him he could only come outside. So he wasn't coming in my apartment. So anyway, he gets to my house or whatever. And when he comes, well, first off, I have the worst sense of direction. With driving, I'm horrible. Like, unless I've been there a good 5 times, like, I forget where stuff is, and I don't give great directions either. So he was trying to figure out, because he's from Kansas and I'm from Missouri. So he's trying to figure out how to get here, and I'm trying to tell him the best way I know, but I don't know how to tell him when he's coming from Kansas or whatever. So eventually I give my brother the phone, like, could you tell this dude how to get here? He was like, what dude coming over here? I'm like, bro, just get a dude the directions, because I don't know how to tell him how to get here. So he tells him or whatever, and he gives me back the phone. He was like, how you don't know where you live? I was like, I know where I live, but I don't know how to tell you how to get to my house from where you at, because I'm not familiar with Kansas at all. He calls me, he was like, he's pulling up. So I'm outside on my little porch on my apartment or whatever, and I'm trying to look. I can see all the cars in the parking lot, so I'm trying to look to see where he's at. So I'm thinking he done parked all the way down, like far where I can't see him. So I'm like, why this dude ain't parking, you know, right in front of my house? Like, it's hella parking spots, but he parked like far down. Next thing you know, I'm like, okay, where's this dude at? So I'm still looking or whatever on my little porch thing. And next thing you know, I see this tall dude with some J's, a white tee, and I think he had on like basketball shorts and like a hat. I don't remember what kind of hat it was. It was a fitted hat, but I don't remember what was on it. But I seen him walking, and he was so tall and chocolate. Girl, let me tell y'all. I'm like, he is fine as hell. So, and I'm attracted to tall dudes, and I love chocolate dudes. It's a very big difference between Bob and my current relationship. So, anyway, he walks up, and I'm just like, oh, shit. So, he comes up on the little porch or whatever, and we just talking, and we was having like good conversation, and I'm like, oh shoot, like he's cool, but you know, he wasn't about to get no draws or nothing. But anyway, I'm like, he's cool. So then I felt bad, like, damn, he kept calling me by Tamika, and I'm like, I gotta tell this dude that ain't my name. So anyway, I was like, in the midst of our conversation, I'm like, I gotta tell you something. And he was like, what? And I think he was kind of on guard, because he kind of was like, one, he wasn't sure if that was my brother in my apartment, because he felt like, how you don't know where you live? I was like, I know where I live. Like I said, I just didn't know how to give you directions to get from your place to mine. My brother lives with me. He's really my brother. I don't know if he thought we was going to rob him, or if it was a setup or something like that. A very paranoid person he was. So I didn't know what he thought, but you could tell he was kind of on guard, just in case, you know, my brother came out the house and did something to him. I'm like, I gotta tell you something. And he was like, what you gotta tell me? He kind of like straightened up and everything, like he was about to bounce. And I was like, my name is not really Tamika. He was kind of looking like, is this chick about to tell me she a nigga or something? So I was like, my name is really Basima. And he was like, what? And I was like, my name is Basima. And he was like, why you tell me your name was Tamika? And I tried to explain to him that I didn't give dudes my real name, especially any dude that was trying to talk to me from the club, just because that was something I did. Like, I didn't want dudes knowing my real name. And the fact that I knew I wasn't going to talk to these dudes, why in the hell would I give you my real name? I gave you a fake name. Sometimes I gave him a fake number, but he was lucky to get the fake name and the real number. But then I kind of felt bad, so I just told him that was my real name. I still have this man thinking I'm 27 years old when I'm only 24. So y'all, eventually, you know, we started hanging more. But let me tell y'all this. Terrence and I were not trying to be boyfriend and girlfriend. We were not trying to be a couple. It was none of that. We were just trying to be friends with some good old benefits. And not even, not even really good friends. Just somebody that you call me if I need something. I'll call you if I need something. And as far as something, I mean in the bedroom. You know, that went on for a while, and I was cool with that, honestly. Like, I didn't have no problem. I knew for a fact he still had situations going on, and I had a couple situations going on. The only thing with my situations is that I didn't sleep with my other situations. I only honestly slept with him. I hope it's not too many little kids watching this, because I'm a grown-up, so I'm telling my grown-up story. We only saw each other after a certain time, but then after maybe about 3 months, maybe 4 months or so of doing what we were doing, I noticed that he started to ask me, not too often, but he would ask me if I wanted to go to the movies, or if I wanted to go out to eat, or if I wanted to just go do stuff. And I was kind of thinking like, no, nigga, I'm not trying to do nothing with you. You messing this up. Because I didn't want to mess up what we had going on. I'm like, we was just friends with some safe activities going on. And I wanted to keep it that way. So when he would ask me to go places, I would kind of like probably give an excuse. Like, nah, I ain't got a babysitter, or I would probably do something. I didn't do it too often, but I know for a fact I remember doing that a couple of times, because I'm like, nah, bro, we not there. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Like, I'm not trying to be catching no feelings for no dude like that. I have friends, and you are one of them. You're just the one that I actually allowed to do stuff with me. One day he called and asked if he would go to the movies. I'm like, I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go. And y'all, if y'all wonder where my kids was, on the weekends, my kids was hardly ever at home. They would be with their dad's family, like either their grandma or their dad's sisters, or sometimes their dad if he kept them, which was rare. But so yeah, they kept them all the time on the weekends because they didn't see them during the weekday. It was sometimes they stayed home with me, but it was rare. We went to the movies or whatever. Honestly can't remember what we saw, but you know, it was cool. We chilled or whatever. Then I noticed he started asking me to do more stuff, and then I start doing stuff. We would go places together, and like he would call me more than normal, which he was calling me more in the daytime, and I'm responding to him, and he's texting me more, and I'm texting back, and I'm thinking, oh, I started feeling certain things, and I'm like, why? Please don't, Basima. Don't get no feelings for this dude. Please. You've been single. You've been chilling. You've been having fun. Don't do it. Time went on, and my feelings started growing. And I don't know if he had feelings for me, but the stuff he wanted to do, we would go out to the movies. We would go out to eat. We went to Worlds of Fun. We went just places you really wouldn't take a chick that's not your girl. I'm like, this dude is taking me a lot of places. And then it's like I was with him every weekend, where when we first started doing our little thing we were doing, it was maybe every other weekend or just something real quick going on. But like, no, I'd be at his house for the whole weekend because I didn't have my kids, so I'd be over there. I'm getting feelings for this dude. Nah, we gotta end this quick because I knew I was still talking to people, but I knew I could break that stuff off because we didn't have no ties. It was just dudes I was talking to preoccupy my time, and that's honestly it. But then I knew he had chicks because it was times we was together, which, like I said, to be honest to God, I didn't care. He was not my man back then before I had feelings. I didn't care. And chicks be calling him or whatever, and I'll just be like, your phone ringing? Like, you know, I would be quiet. I'm over here, I'll be quiet. And let me tell y'all this. If I knew he had a girlfriend or a relationship, I wouldn't have done this. Because trust me, like I said, I know how it feels to be cheated on. But I knew he didn't have no girlfriend. So, my birthday comes around. And he's like, I want to take you out for your birthday. And I'm like, nigga. Like, are you sure? So he was like, yeah, I want to take you out for your birthday. So because he wanted to take me out for my birthday and I was starting to catch feelings, I was like, oh, I'm about to get real sexy for this dude. So I made sure everything was right. Everything was just, I looked good that day. Trust and believe. I looked good that day. And so we went to, was it Olive Garden I think we was at? Yes, we was at Olive Garden. And I think we went there first and then we were going to do a movie. But anyway, I remember we were in Olive Garden sitting there and I was just looking at him like, dang, he is really handsome and I'm really getting feelings for this dude and he's so sweet. So then his phone rings and it snaps me out of my thoughts. And you know how if somebody's volume is too loud, you can hear the other person kind of on the other line. You don't hear everything they saying, but you can hear bits and pieces. So he answered it because it wasn't like we was hiding stuff from each other because we knew what it was. And so he answered it and I could hear a girl and he was like, nah, I'm out or whatever. I'm busy. I'm doing whatever. And, you know, I'm sure, I don't know what she said, but the call ended. So I just sat there and I looked at him. He was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think we should mess around no more. And he was like, what? Why? And I'm like, I just think I need to leave you alone. And he was like, nah, what you mean? Why? What's wrong? And I'm like, cause this wasn't supposed to be like this. We was only supposed to, you know, see each other every now and then. And I'm starting to get feelings for you. I told him straight up, I'm starting to get feelings for you. And I remember I was so nervous when I said this. I was kind of like shaking. I was kind of scared to say it, but I couldn't help it no more. And I was like, so I don't think we should mess around no more. Mind you, this is my birthday. We out. And I just couldn't do it no more. So he was like, but how you know I want you to leave me alone? And I'm like, you ain't got no choice. Like, once I catch feelings, I want you to myself. I'm not sharing you with nobody else. Like, I want my man just for me. I don't want my man and Susie, Tanya, and Sheila all over here. No, I want my man, and I know what this relationship was. So I want to bow out gracefully and let you do you, and I will continue to do me. And eventually, I'm sure them feelings will go away. And he was like, I don't want you to stop messing with me. And I'm thinking, so what you saying? And basically, to sum it up, he basically told me that he was catching feelings for me as well. Oh, and let me tell y'all some information about Terrence. Terrence actually, before me, was in a 4-year relationship. And he was with his ex for a long time. And then, you know, they had whatever issues they had. And they broke up. So after that 4-year relationship he had, which I think he had been broken up with her once we met for like 1.5 years or so. He just had friends just like I had friends. And yeah, I know y'all probably like, this girl is a thought. No, I wasn't a thought. I honestly didn't have sex with multiple men. He was the only man I had sex with. And he was like, I don't want you to leave me alone. You know, basically like, he want me to be his girl, you know. So as soon as he was saying that, I'm kind of like, well, if I'm gonna be your girl, you gonna have to let all of these chicks go. You gonna have to tell somebody something. You gonna have to do something, because I'm not gonna be able to, just because I know how it feels, I'm not gonna be able to be your girl and you messing with all these other chicks, because I've been through that stuff too much before in the past, and I'm not gonna do it. And he was like, all right, I can do that. I can do that. And I'm like thinking, this nigga is full of shit. Cause I had a hard time trusting men after my last relationship. And he was like, nah, for real, I wanna be with you. I know what I gotta do. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, shoot, it's these two dudes that really like me. One likes me so much, and I wonder how I'm gonna break it down and tell them that we can't hang no more, we can't chill no more, we can't have drinks no more, we can't do none of that no more, not at all. And well, I'm worried about him, you know, letting people down. I had to let 2 other individuals down. So yeah, that is how I met my boo. So I know some people say you shouldn't find, you know, your man in the club or love in the club or nothing like that. But honestly, he was raised by a great family. He is so sweet. He's so caring. He took in my girls like they are his own. He loves my kids. It didn't scare him that I had 3. I'm sure he had thoughts in his head. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a young chick with 3 kids. But I had 1 baby father. And I didn't have drama because I didn't deal with Bob no more. So I didn't bring drama into my new relationship. And it worked out great. And I get emotional when I talk about him. And y'all, he is amazing. We don't argue. We have our spats here and there, but it's about like the kids or something like that. But like, he is just awesome. And it's so different from my past relationship. And some of the stuff he would do, I wasn't used to, so I didn't know how to handle it. He tells me I'm beautiful all the time. He does so much. Oh my God. Woo! And one day I hope to be his wife, because he's an awesome guy. And you guys, I haven't had any issues. Bob has met him. They've spoken before, of course, because my kids have birthday parties, and Bob was invited somehow, so they've met before. But I don't have any stress with him. He helps me, he motivates me, and he supports me in everything I do. So I know it might have not been a very exciting story, but that is the story of how I met the love of my life. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And maybe my next story will be super juicy about some stuff I wanted to talk to y'all about that happened when I was a little younger. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this story. Sorry if I got a little emotional, but when I talk about him, I get kind of worked up because he's really a good guy. And yeah, you guys, my makeup is kind of messed up now, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, loves.